Well, good afternoon from Kaplan Morrell and the mothership here in Greeley, Colorado. Looks like I'm a little too dark for, maybe I should put myself towards the sun. How about that? I think we're good. So hopefully everybody's doing well during these interesting times, but I think the news is getting better and better, and that's a good thing. And so hopefully restaurants and theaters will reopen, and we'll do it in a safe, responsible way, as always. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I see happen with clients a lot of times, and that is if they're choosing the wrong doctors. So that's something that we need to try to avoid, and let's talk about that. So in Colorado, if you are injured on the job and you give your employer notice of your on-the-job injury, absent a few exceptions, your employer has to give you a piece of paper called a designated physician list. Designated physician list is a list of typically 4 doctors. Again, I'm talking in general. If you live out in the hinterlands and there aren't 4 doctors around, you might be given less. But in general, you are supposed to be given a list of 4 doctors, and at least 2 of them have to have different ownership. So you could be saying, well, you can go see Concentra on Concentra location A, Concentra location B, UC Health location A, and then you can go to UC Health location B. So there's got to be some change or difference in ownership between the 4 doctors. And then you're supposed to pick one of those doctors, and if everything works, it's great, you're happy, which would not happen if you picked certain physicians and certain doctors. Otherwise, then you can switch to a different doctor on that list within 90 days of the injury. Now, most injured workers don't really think that they have to talk with an attorney, and even the ones that do, very few of them think that they need to before the 90 days has passed. So often when we see the clients, the 90 days has passed and we're not even able to help them exercise their rights under the designated physician list to switch to a better doctor. There are some clinics which I am not afraid to say suck when it comes to treating injured workers, and one of them is Concentra. Concentra is awful when it comes to treating injured workers. You'll never get the same doctor. You're always getting a different, you're lucky if you even see a doctor, physician's assistants typically, and it's this rotating, who am I going to see, etc. The care is not, the continuity of care is really lacking, and that can make a big difference. And I'm saying it because it's true. So, and that's a defense to any sort of libel or slander. But anyway, I digress. So that's the way the law is supposed to be. But in practice, it's very different. In practice, what happens is that our injured workers get injured. They let their supervisor know, and they're told, go here, go there, etc. And so then they just go to that place because they don't know any better. And it's very difficult for most injured workers to, A, know their rights, and B, if they're injured on the job, to assert their rights, because they'll say, I don't want to have to pay for this care. I was just told to go there. I didn't know what my rights are, and unfortunately, not knowing your rights is not an excuse under the law. If you've ever heard the maxim, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So hopefully you're one of those rare individuals who are somehow watching this video before you get injured. But 3 things that we see. Number 1 is employers aren't following this rule. They're not giving the injured worker their list of doctors. That is a big mistake, a big error. And if that is happening to you, you need to contact an attorney right away to be able to preserve your rights. Because what happens is you start treating with the clinic you're told to go to, and then what the insurance company says when it's brought to everybody's attention that the employer didn't follow the rule is the insurance company says, well, they waived their right to select their own doctor, because if you're not given a choice, then you have a right to select your own doctor. Insurance companies will say, no, you've waived your right. Number two, they're given the list, but they choose what I call kind of these occupational docs in a box outfits like Concentra, etc., where you are basically you're basically a McDonald's hamburger. And every now and then a McDonald's hamburger is nice, but you are in an assembly line. You are lucky if you see the same person visit after visit after visit. And these outfits do not advocate for the injured worker. They know where their bread is buttered, and it's with the insurance companies. And uniformly, the treatment is not satisfactory, at least with all of our clients. Some of these occupational doc in a box are it's just awful. And good care is really important. Good medical care makes a huge difference right away. Number three, third mistake, is they select a physician and then they don't exercise their rights within 90 days to switch a physician. That's why you can come to us. We can review your doctor choices with you. We can tell you who are the good doctors on your list, and we can even advise you if they've given you a form that doesn't comply with the law. We can try to fight to get you treated with a doctor of your choice, or a good occupational doctor who is a patient advocate, who will listen to you, who will fight for their recommendations and not be dictated to by the insurance company. As always, in workers' compensation, every case is different, but the number one most important benefit in workers' compensation is the medical care, because number one, it's not limited. Unlike so many other workers' compensation benefits, medical care is not limited. Number two, medical care is the only benefit that has the possibility of getting you back to 100%. And that's why at Kaplan Morrell we focus so much on medical care, getting our clients the medical care they deserve with doctors who are seasoned, experienced, and caring professionals. As always, if you or anyone you know has been injured on the job, please have them call us here in Colorado at 970-356-9898. I hope everybody is doing safe, and thank you for spending a bit of your day with me. Bye.